Thanks for joining me. We've got the 2016 Volvo V70. We're putting some front brake pads and discs on this one today. Should be quite interesting. Yeah, let's see how we get on. Let's get the bonnet up, we'll check the fluid reservoir level, wheels off, jack it up. Yeah, let's get cracking. So we get the bonnet up, the fluid reservoir is just underneath the scuttle panel beneath the window screen. So just turn that cap, pop it off, and there it is. We just undo that lid, we'll see what the fluid level's like. So that's right up to the top. We're going to have to drain some out of there before we close them calipers. What I've got is a syringe. I've got the links on there for Amazon if you need one of these. You could just pop a bit of fluid out, give us a bit of space in that bottle. Just down here under the sill we've got a jacking point, which you can see there. There's a blank bit, we can drop onto that. We can also go down underneath the chassis. So I've got a jack either side, and we can get those under the jacking points and just really easy, just take them up nice and level, bit one side, bit the other, until the car's in the right place. Got some axle stands, we'll drop one under there. Got these caps on here which are covering the nuts up, so just get some pliers and just pop those off. You can get a specific tool for this, but the long nose pliers work pretty well. This one is a locking wheel nut. Got me Milwaukee impact sockets. Pop links in the description for all the tools I'm using today. (19mm) nuts on this one. And I've got the Milwaukee 18 impact here. We can just buff those off. This is the high torque, it's a great bit of kit. Another stuck wheel. Let's go and get the copper hide hammer. This has got a nice soft cowhide back on it so we can bash the alley wheels without damaging them. We'll just tap it from the back. Here it comes. So on this particular caliper we've got this bracket, spring bracket at the front to stop things from rattling about. We've got one mount in there, one at the top. These are little caps that will take the caps off. And there's a little Allen key bolt behind there, so we've got two of those. And then we've got the main bolts to take the caliper mounting bracket off in a minute. I've got my trusty dust tray to catch any rubbish that drops off while we're stripping it down. Okay, I've got the bottom one off. Let's pop this screwdriver in the top one and pop the bung out of there. Allen key bolts, these are 7mm. Yeah, 7mm. Allen key sockets, I'll put links in the description again for all of these. Got my ratchet there. That's one out. We'll give those a good clean before we put them back in. It's a case of pushing it towards us and pulling it out. A bit like that. There it goes. Now this, we'll pull it towards us and it should release like so. Now, although this disc looked all right from the front, we have got some corrosion at the back. It's quite heavily corroded on the inside edge. Let's whip the pads out. This pad in the back here is actually on a spring. You wiggle it and pull it out, and it's got a couple of clips that hold it into the piston there. Tuck that up top for now. So we want these two bolts out of here. These are 18mm. There's one. Need a little universal joint on that one. Got me nice little flexi UJ for the impact. Brilliant bit of kit. Can get that in there like that. Whip that bolt out, and now the whole hanger will come away. And now you can really see that layer of corrosion on the inside there. So in the front we've got this big chunky Torx bolt. I've got my Lexicon set. Love this stuff. Lexicon, it's not too expensive, but it's really, really good quality. I've been really impressed with the tools. Got a little step down for the 1/2 inch. And we'll drop that into there and then whip that out. Like that. And this disc now should come away. Might have to give it a little tap from the back again. Got me hammer. Here it comes. Bingo. And that's just that massive corrosion on the back there. All that corrosion on the back there holding it in, and you can see why we might have brake judder now. The pad is high on that spot there and high on this spot round here, but it's down there, so that would give us a brake judder. I'll just get the just face this round here, just give it a quick This is the little M12 sander grinder. We'll just take down those high spots and that corrosion. There's a bit around the outside as well, and obviously on the centre spigot. You can either use a bit of emery cloth, or if that's a bit tedious, I have got my little power file. We'll give that a go. Love this tool. Makes light work of that. Getting carried away, and I've got to go around the edge as well. I can change the direction. If you don't like it blown in your face, press and hold it, and let it blow away from you. Okay. Oh, and over here, I've got the Pagid discs. These are amazing, really good quality. Brembo or Pagid, I don't mind fitting either. They're both really good. And let's pop that seal off. That's the number there, if you can see it, 54592. I'll put links in the description for all the bits and pieces. Oh. We'll get the screw to the top, and then we can offer that up like so. I'll pop the locator in. Just make sure the size is the same. Yeah, dead the same. Wow, they're heavy. You can just twist that one up. This has got a torque of 15 Newton meters. It just wants nipping up though. Right, make sure the faces are clean on that. And on this, we want to give this a quick cleaning up as well, where the pads are going to sit. Right, we'll slide that back in again. Got us 2 big bolts to go back through. This fantastic nut gun has got a electronic torque setting on it. I've got the new brake pads. That's the number for the brake pads. So we've got the one without the clamp and the one with, so the one without obviously sits on the outside like that. And the other one, we need to press back the piston now into the caliper. Got my big grips, just loosen them right off so we can get that into there, and then we just gently squeeze it back. See the piston going back in. There we go. Now we need a pad to be clipped into that before we start, and then we can lower that down, dropping it into place. Let's go and clean these up on the grinder. We can pop them back in. You don't need to lube these up. I prefer not to. You can if you want to put some copper slip on there. It's entirely up to you, but you don't need to. Same as the pads in the caliper. You can lube those on the edges, on the faces if you want to, but you don't have to. When they come from the factory, they don't have any lube on them. And then I can whiz them back up again. One. Two. Have his little caps back in again. And we've got his anti-rattle bracket. Put the top one in, lever that round. And that's in place as well. One side done. We'll drop that wheel back on again, get the bolts back through. And we can whiz those up with a gun again. Torque settings on this one, 140 Newton meters. Put the caps on as well. Good as new. Now we're going to check this wheel for damage. This one is spinning and there's no buckle in that. It's absolutely true. Looks really good. The other side is a completely different story. Look at that. That's been down a pothole or over something hard and has put a right dent in the rim. We'll come back to that one though. Let's get this side off. Same thing again, retaining bracket, caps and bolts for the caliper. We can release that caliper. Look at that pad. You see that the corrosion, how it's worn those two edges. Get these mounting brackets off. Pop the bolts, there you go. These sometimes get sticky at the end with a bit of corrosion on them. Sometimes you have to drop a bit of lube in there. This one has come out nicely though. We've got that little bolt there to get the disc off. Give it a little tap, pull it away. And you can see that corrosion now. Definitely going to give us a bit of wheel wobble that. Clean the faces up. We can just get rid of any of that dust that's lying around. clean the caliper up again on them faces where the pads are going to sit. New disc in. We'll do the butt bolt up. Bracket back on again. Move those ones up nice and tight. Piston back again. Pad in. Slide that on. Bolts back through. Whip them up. Lovely ratchet that. Caps on. And the little clip on the anti-rattle bracket as well on that retainer. Wheel back on. Bolts in and do it all up. So if you've still got a vibration when we take it for a road test, we know it's going to be this wheel that's got a little buckle in it. We'll give it a go though and see. Pop the axle stand out and drop it down. You can see the level in there at the minute, but let's go and pump the pedal. We're going to do little gentle jabs on the pedal. We don't want to go too deep with it, just little jabs. There it comes, nice and firm. Then pistons are right back out again. Level's good. Level's good. So that's surplus to requirements. What's happened is it's had a service at the garage with the low brake pads, and they've done a top fluid up for him. Yeah, so not too much in it. We'll have the little cap back on again, and then the little cover on the scuttle as well. Shut the bonnet down. There we go, all sorted. Front brake pads and discs all changed. Car's absolutely beautiful. If that one's been of use, drop me a little thumbs up, like, subscribe. Drop me some comments, always love your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.